Hey everybody, this is Matt Novak with Amplify Fine Arts Ministry Conference. I'm the evaluator coordinator, and today I wanted to talk to you about the culture of evaluation at Fine Arts. We talk to students all the time about the 3 Ds: discover, develop, and deploy. We want students to come and discover their giftings. We want them to come and develop those giftings, and you guys are a big part of that through the comments that you write and give them. And then we want them to leave here and go back to their communities and deploy their giftings. But today I want to talk about the 3 E's. And the 3 E's are for you. They are engage, equip, and encourage. We want you to engage with students. Beyond just the comments that we write, we want a conversation maybe to begin. Not with every student necessarily, but with specific ones that you know are on the cusp, or maybe just that day need a little bit of extra love. And we want a conversation to exist beyond the table. And for you to not see that table as a wall between you and students, but as just a tool for you to utilize as you write your comments. Maybe you engage with a student after a category is completed and you've got some free time. And you tell that student right after they're done with their presentation, hey, can I speak with you a little bit later? Can you meet me right here in the room and we can just talk over a couple other things that I wasn't able to put on your form today? Every student's going to want that opportunity to get a little bit more feedback. So take the conversation beyond just an evaluation time and really equip them. Equipping students can be so many different things. You have available to you way more resources than students do. When I was a 14, 15-year-old student in a little town of 350 in a sanctuary all by myself, trying to learn how to play drums, all I had available to me was a Revival Brownsville CD, King of Fools by Delirious, and Jesus Freak by DC Talk. And I listened to and played through those albums endlessly to learn how to play drums. And I didn't have a teacher, I didn't have a professional, somebody that could encourage me all the time. But we have this wonderful resource in YouTube and other outlets where we could give students something that might inspire them or encourage them, or instructional videos that we maybe have used or have learned something from ourselves. And those can be resources that we hand out to students that they don't know are available to them. You might also have the phone number of somebody in their geographic area who can come and train them, that can go through and give them the lessons that they desperately need, or just share with them the tips of how they improved their skills. Or maybe you yourself are that person for them. Whatever equipping is like in those different students' lives, and whatever you have available to you, be a resource to them. That is such a huge thing that you can do while you are here this weekend. Also, we want you to encourage in everything you do. Encouragement is the heart of this festival. Nobody comes here and wins awards. Nobody walks away with first place. They all walk away feeling encouraged. And you, as evaluators, are the ones that set the tone for that. Those captain evaluators who are watching this video today want to encourage you the most, that you set the tone in those rooms. You're in charge. And while yes, we want to maintain a level of professionalism and keep ourselves on time and do all the things that are necessary to keep the event moving, we also want our students to come in and feel like everybody is on their side, because we are. We're there to be their biggest cheerleaders and their biggest support. And I would ask that each of you consider how that room is running. Is this a room that would be intimidating for a student to walk into? Or are they going to come into this room and feel encouraged each and every time they step in front of those evaluators and the others in the room? So make sure that we are doing all 3 of these things, that we are engaging with students, that we are equipping students, that we are encouraging students. Lastly, I want to leave you with just this short story. We've had a number of students over the years that have come and failed. They have come and tried stuff. They were in a discovery path, or maybe they were developing their gifts and they just had a bad day. And I've seen a number of them walk off the stage. And probably most notably is the story that I love to share every year about Asher. Asher was a student that came and presented in piano solo after one of the Arnesons. If you know the Arnesons, you know that that's a very difficult thing to have to do. It's like following up Michael Jordan at a free throw line. It's just a horrible thing to have to do. This kid came in and he did his absolute best. But his best that day wasn't spectacular. He went on a run and he kept going down those little ivory keys and couldn't find this one note that he needed to hit. He tried 3 or 4 times, gave up, and left the stage. I went and I spoke with Asher's family later, and Asher was pretty upset. But through the conversation I had with his dad and the encouragement that I was able to give him later on when I saw him at another event that next year, Asher decided that, yeah, he needed to come and he needed to try again. And if you've heard the story before, you know how it goes. But a couple of years later, Asher was on our celebration service stage, and he was up there doing his absolute best, because he hadn't just achieved a 36, he'd achieved the highest score in piano solo that year. And it was the perseverance that he had. And honestly, it was through the encouragement of his family and his youth group, mostly, that he was able to come back. But that encouragement was so key in him coming back and trying again. We want you to have these kind of stories to be able to tell, that you as evaluators were able to go in and connect with a student, engage with them, equip them with some thoughts and ideas that could help them persevere past the point of failure, and then encourage them all the way to success. These are the things that make fine arts worth doing every single year. And these are the things that I would encourage you to push yourself to continue doing. I thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you understand a little bit more of the culture that we want to have in our evaluations, and we'll see you guys here really soon. Thanks.